Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and thank you for tuning in. So in today's video, we're actually going to be working on the CLK. We've got something pretty serious to address on here, and that involves the valve cover gaskets on the CLK. So pretty much with the M113 engine, if you guys are familiar with it, you guys know the valve covers is one of the major maintenance you want to do on your CLK. So it's pretty much time to get this done. Last summer, I knew it was leaking a little bit, but not drastically. It would go like maybe a month or so before I'd see some oil and I'll clean it off. But this time, it's leaking pretty bad. And I want to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. Let me go ahead and actually open up the hood real quick for you guys. All right, so for me, the worst part right now is right here. As you guys can see, there's oil right there. So I cleaned this off. I didn't touch the car at all or drive it at all. And it's been sitting for 2 days and oil is back on there. So that means it's actively leaking as it's sitting. So that being said, that's pretty bad. And if yours is doing this, it's about time to change it, because usually this would happen. I would clean it off. The car would sit overnight or over a week and it will still be clean. But this time it's leaking pretty bad here. It's coming from this cover itself. And if you go back here as well, oh yeah, you can see that there's oil pulled up right here. So with that being said, if you guys want to follow along as I tackle this job on the car, go ahead and follow along. I'll try my best to show you guys exactly what I'm doing. I'm not gonna lie, I actually got this whole kit from FCP Bureau 2 years ago. I just have it here, and the kit comes with pretty much everything you need. So I'll show you exactly what I will be replacing as we go. The kit also comes with this sealant. I've already gone ahead and got my attached. So whenever we're ready to do that, I'll show you guys what this would be doing. But this is pretty much the kit. FCP has the kit, and yeah, it's pretty much a lifetime warranty. So me changing this and sending my old parts back, I would get my money back for this. I know it's 2 years. I'm not even sure if I'll get my money back, but yeah. Who knows? Maybe I might send it back. First thing you guys are gonna wanna do is to take off these ignition coils. And this, I believe, is a T30. So these right here, mine are broken pieces, but if you just pull on it, it just comes out. I'm trying to look for a piece here that I'm trying to explain. Looks like all mine are broken. So pretty much there's gonna be like a tab right here. You press on it and you pull and it comes out. But all these are pretty much broken anyways. I was the last person to work on this, so you guys can say it's my fault. It still sticks on here pretty good. So, and I haven't done ignition coils and plugs in 4 years, so I haven't had any issues with it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So T30 on here, take all these out. Check it out, this is how it's looking on this side. Nothing too crazy, but it can be a lot better. And on this side, it's not too bad. I mean, the main seal right here isn't leaking on either side. It's pretty much this guy right here that's leaking, and on this side as well. All right, so check it out. The next thing we're gonna do is to remove these little bolts right here. This guy right here, you want to definitely remove this first, and these two, and then you want to try and get this cover off before you get this whole thing off of the engine itself, because once you get this off but without taking this off, this is going to be hard to get off. This right here is going to be a T25, and this right here is going to be E10, and these are the two tools I'm going to be using for those. Okay, so obviously guys, clearly you want to make sure you know exactly which bolts go where, so you're not confused on when you're putting stuff back. So I'm pretty much going to be organizing it as we go, and then which will pretty much make the job a lot easier, because then after you're like, which one goes on which. So let's go ahead and try and pry that breather or PCV valve section, and then we'll go from there. I forgot to mention this part, you got to be very careful, especially if yours just stuck on there, because these can easily break. It's nothing strong. I believe they're aluminum, so just really take your time and try and get it off of here. All right, so check it out. I use this. I mean, you could use what you need to, but I was prying this out this way and I was pulling it as well. So just be very careful how you take this stuff off. And you know, I was kind of just prying it like that softly, and I could hear it come off. Oh yeah, look at that. Now the main valve cover, check it out. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Are you serious right now, bro?
Yeah, it's got 8 on this side and it's got 8 on the other side. There we go. Hey, I gotta say, this engine looks really good. I'm not dripping also because this has been parked for 3 days now, so that's why I didn't put any sort of like towel or any thing to catch the oil from dripping. But if you've driven yours, definitely put something here just to protect it. I had to take off this and one more at the end so I could get the last bolt, but this is looking pretty good, guys. Time we do the driver's side. This part, it's also not hard. There's just a few things. It's a little tight also, but I'll show you exactly, guys, what I'm talking about. Since my car has been sitting for a while, I'm definitely going to undo this right here and release any fuel. I'm going to make sure it doesn't actually go in here. And then this guy right here, you're going to take off. I'll let you know what the size is once we get there. And pretty much the bolts are the same on this side. So let's get going. But this right here is a 17 millimeter on the fuel gauge. So this is what I'll be using. Not on the fuel gauge, I'm in the fuel line. So check it out. I didn't actually tell you guys before I took both of the bolts out. There's one here, there's one here. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 7 on this side and those 8 on that side.
Are you serious right now, bro?
Okay, so for this part down here, right here, it's actually a little hard to get the bolts out, so it'll be a lot easier with this guy. I would advise you definitely take your coils and wires out because it is so much easier to get it out. So I'm gonna go ahead and just pull these out so they're just out of the way. So whenever I'm gonna install the driver's side, I wouldn't have any troubles. It is the next day. The next step for us to do is to clean these valve covers. So pretty much with these, you can clean them with dish soap. They will do a fantastic job. That's if you don't have any other products. Surely you can go out there and find something. I'm not too sure exactly what else you can use, but dish soap is definitely gonna wash this off. So we're gonna go ahead and clean this. For you guys, it's gonna be YouTube time, so in 1 second. For me, it's gonna take me probably, let's just say a good 45 minutes, because I think I'm gonna really scrub it down good. Maybe it might not take me 45 minutes, but we'll see. Check it out. So this took me longer than 45 minutes. It actually took me about an hour and a half, just because the silicone needed to come off, and I didn't think it was going to take that long. But you definitely want to get it not too well. You can't really get it perfect, but you want to try as much as possible to get all this old silicone off the seal, and then so it's ready for your new one. So this is how it looks currently. I think it looks pretty good. The other thing I was gonna say is make sure you don't like leave any leftover parts, silicone parts inside of here before you seal it up. But this pretty much looks ready to get our gasket on there. For the silicone, you're gonna put it all around the edges, and you also want to put it on these guys right here. So for this part, you want to torque these guys to 4 Newton meters, and then these guys will be 8 Newton meters. All right, guys, check it out. We're all done. These guys right here, I'll explain in a few, but I just want to really show you the engine bay. It's pretty much the reverse order. I didn't want to bore you out putting everything back.
Are you serious right now, bro?
Everything is back in place. I did forget to mention these little bolts right here. Your kit actually comes with new ones, so never mind. I think I said to reuse yours, but don't reuse it. I remembered, I went through the box and I saw it, so I used the new ones. The old ones are pretty much toasted, I'm not gonna lie. For the rest down here, for the breather holes and on this side as well, I didn't install it. Hint right here for the next video. That's why I haven't installed it. But if you do follow your kit, it's pretty self-explanatory. This guy right here goes on the bigger portion, and the other stuff, I can't really recollect. This guy would go into, if I can show you here. All right, so these two connect, and then obviously this side goes on the smaller portion right there. It's pretty self-explanatory, so it's not really complicated. All you have to do is just fit that in there. Stay tuned for future videos. Again, hint right there. This is probably going to be my favorite modification on the car. Well, I don't know if you call it a modification. Actually, it is a modification, yes. It is a modification. So stay tuned for that. If you guys really enjoyed this video and you're new to the channel and you're working in your car, make sure you smash the like button, and I will see you guys in the next video. All right, take care.